making cars moves us. What moves you?
The Attorney General maintains that these gaming machines are illegal gambling devices, and the Department of Revenue Tax erred in reissuing licenses on 200 of them last week because the machines are prohibited under Guam law. But the attorney for Guam Music, Randy CUNLIFF, says that question has never really been answered. But has there been a definitive decision yet from the court on the legality of these machines?
Our position is no.
And as far as you're concerned, they are legal?
Yes.
And you won't voluntarily give these 200 licenses back?
My client has no intention of voluntarily giving up those licenses.
On Tuesday, the Guam AG said they would ask Revenue Tax to revoke the licenses, although, as of news time, Revenue Tax Director John Camacho said he had received no such request from the AG, and if he did, he'd have to consult with the person he works for, the governor, before complying.
If Revenue Tax tells us they're going to take some action, we're going to insist that they follow the law and have a hearing to provide what is necessary to determine whether they can or cannot revoke those licenses, which they didn't do in the past.
Back in court?
Yeah, and then if they revoke them, then we'll go back to court.
The Attorney General's office argued that the status of the devices was settled. Their licenses had been revoked and should not have been reissued. After all sides in the dispute agreed to drop the litigation last week, it was back to the status quo, says the AG, before the lawsuits were filed. The licenses should remain revoked.
Those cases that we dismissed actually went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court reversed the decisions because they didn't allow us to participate and told the court to start all over again. So there is no binding precedent that says those are gambling machines and they're revoked. And it was specifically because the judge didn't allow us to participate.
But to be sure, before seeking a reissuance of the gaming licenses, CUNLIFF says that they met with Revenue Tax and the governor's office to get their approval.
The governor indicated, his legal counsel indicated their belief that these are legal machines, they can be licensed. And he said as long as they're legal, we can use the money.
But the governor gave the go-ahead?
Yeah, he said it was
after consultation with
his legal counsel. He said as long as it's legal, he doesn't have a problem.
But nobody told the Guam Attorney General.
That's one of the difficulties we have with an elected Attorney General. Before, the governor appointed the Attorney General and they communicated. But when the Attorney General can sue the governor, a lot of times there's not communication.
Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.